Hey guys! I'm a relatively new anime reviewer and I still don't know that many reviewers out there, which is why I decided to come up with the anime reviewer tag. Hopefully I can get to know you guys better and hopefully I can get to meet some new reviewers who also want to do my tag. Okay, so let's get started. How did you choose your reviewer alias? So my reviewing name kind of came from an old email I had. The first email I ever had was made in grade 5 and it had the words little cloud in it next to my initials. I thought it was pretty fitting because I'm usually a really spontaneous, off-the-handle person. My head's always up in the clouds somewhere. I space out sometimes. So I thought that cloudy just really seemed fitting. How long have you been doing reviews? I've been doing reviews for about a year now and I'm still trying to push my reviews to be better every day. I found that it took quite a bit of experimenting before I found out what kind of reviewer I wanted to be. Why did you start writing reviews? I started reviews on littlecloudcuriosity.com last year in April, and the reason was because I was really stressed with exams and I thought that writing something or like blogging about something would help me relax, and I kind of got really addicted to it, which is why I'm here now. How many times do you watch an episode before you review it? So I watched the episode once to just enjoy it because I am a fan. I watched the episode a second time to go through the story again to do my summary, a third time to do screenshots, and generally a fourth time just to make sure that everything I've written is consistent and there isn't anything I want to change. Sometimes I will set reviews down 1 or 2 days because I'm unsure if I'm just emotionally reacting to the story or whether or not I've really critically looked at it. So that's kind of how I work out my reviews. What's your favorite genre to review and why? My favorite genre is definitely fantasy. I grew up writing fantasy stories. I love reading fantasy novels. And in general, I just found that fantasy is something I'm really comfortable in. I also love how detailed some fantasy anime worlds can get, which is why fantasy is a big one. What's your most unfamiliar genre? Of everything I've watched in anime, I have to say that I'm most unfamiliar with strictly sports anime and Yuri. I'm just not a sports person in general. I used to dance, but that's pretty much it. And for Yuri, Yuri is not really for my demographic, and I'm just not really into the dynamics of girl-on-girl relationships, which is why I really have no idea what I'm doing in those genres. But if you guys have really awesome sports or Yuri or both anime, let me know in the comments and I'll check that out. What is one thing that persuades you to keep watching an anime past episode 1? I think a really big part of it is animation. I generally try to force myself to get to episode 3 before I kind of like shelve an anime and put it out of the way. But I found that one of the things that keeps me going is how aesthetically pleasing it is, especially if I haven't gotten used to the characters, if I'm not familiar with the plot yet. Something that's nice to look at will generally keep me around, but if the story is really not going anywhere, I will not hesitate to put it down. Who is your favorite Japanese or English voice actor? The reason I included Japanese and English in this question was because some reviewers out there like subs more, some like dubs more, and I don't really want any infighting, so I decided to include both. For me, I generally follow Japanese seiyus a lot more, so my favorite is either Mamoru Miyano or Nakamura Yuichi. So my favorite is either Mamoru Miyano or Nakamura Yuichi because they are both so talented, so versatile. I think my fangirl side likes Mamo more just because he's really amazing when he sings and I'm just really in love with him. Nakamura Yuichi is just very good with changing the dynamics of his voice and the tone of it to accommodate certain like emotionally charged characters I found, which is why I really like his voice acting. But honestly, they're both so amazing that I would probably just pass out if I ever met them. Favorite anime soundtrack? This one was a really hard one because I'm really big on music. And I ended up choosing the Fate Zero soundtrack just because I remember how legendary I thought it was when I first heard it. Yuki Kajiura is one of my favorite composers out there. Everything she does is just fantastic. It's epic, it's splendid, and I'm just a really big Yuki Kajiura fan. I feel like the Fate Zero anime series would not have been as amazing if it wasn't for how great the music score was. Oh, favorite anime song that you love to crank up the music and dance to? I really like Bokura no Live Kimi to no Life. It's the first opening song to the Love Live Season 1 anime series, and it's really catchy. It speaks to me in the sense that I would love to have been an idol, and it's just really fun to kind of like prance around the room and dance to that song. It's really happy, it's really upbeat. What anime song are you currently addicted to? When I came up with these questions, it was Ambiguous by Gardenia. It was the second opening of Kill la Kill. Now I'm really addicted to the second ending of Kill la Kill, where Mako is kind of rolling through the credits. I really like how happy and cute that song is. I'm also pretty addicted to the second ending of Nisekoi, and it's finishing soon, but I just got the full version of the song and I really like it. Do you like to buy a lot of anime merchandise? And if so, what do you collect? I do buy a lot of anime merchandise, and I will generally collect anything as long as it's generally small and storageable. I don't have a lot of space at home, so I try to buy things that are smaller and can fit on shelves. And yeah, I like figures, accessories, keychain straps, plushies, manga. I see red when I see buttons. What is your guilty pleasure anime? Mine has to be Free. When people ask me what I enjoyed from the summer season last year, I can't help but say Free. I got really excited for it. I got swept into Kyoto Annie's swimming animation and marketing tactics and sparkly abs, and I'm a girl, so that happened. If you ask me if I like Free when I'm in hardcore reviewer critique mode, I might deny it. What anime made you cry? This one has to be Clannad and Clannad After Story. I was a little adverse to watching Clannad because I watched Canon first, and I didn't really like the magic, mysterious elements of it. But I found that the Clannad story was a lot more grounded, and just in general, After Story makes you bawl. They rip out your soul, chop it into little pieces, and they hand it back to you, and they're like, oh, here you go. So I cried a lot for that. I also cried at the end of Fate Zero. It's not that sad, but I found that it was very emotionally charged because the themes were so deep and tied to the characters. When the characters died, it just made me like go. I cried for Fate Zero. Fate Zero is also one of my favorite animes. Favorite food to eat when you're having an anime marathon? Something sweet, probably cake. Most likely chocolate. What anime are you currently watching right now? I'm currently following the new season, and there's No Game No Life, Black Bullet, Kamigami no Asobi, and Mahoka Koukou no Rutose. If you guys are interested in my reviews for those 4 anime, then you guys can check out the links below. I will have them there. I'm also finishing Nobunaga the Fool and Nisekoi from last season, so I'm very excited to see the endings of those. And lastly, who should do this tag? Everyone it applies to, because I would love to meet you guys. I'm still a relatively new anime reviewer, and I really want to get to know you guys who are out there doing the same stuff that I am, hear your opinions, and just kind of see what kind of style reviewer you guys are. All the questions from this reviewer tag are going to be in a blog post below. I will have tagged a bunch of you who are using WordPress, and I'm gonna tag all of you out there in the YouTube world, and I hope you guys enjoy doing this tag because I really enjoyed making it and filming it. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to hit like or subscribe. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye!